What's going on, traders? It's Afonso here with Afonso Analysis. As usual, I just want to trade live with you guys. Just want to talk about the market and just hang out with you guys for a few minutes just to kind of show you guys how my day is structured, right? So what I do on a daily basis is trade forex. These are the 4 pairs that I trade. I don't trade all the pairs. Firstly, DXY, it's a dollar index, so I don't trade the dollar index, but I use it to kind of have a perspective of what's going to happen between these 3 currencies because they are all paired against the dollar. So I just look at the dollar index just to see the strength of the dollar and see what's happening. Now, as you can see, the dollar is really pushing to the upside right now, really aggressive move. But what I do is I go to my 4-hour time frame first, right? So this is kind of what I do in the morning, and I just read structure, and I'm interested in what's happening right now. I do respect what happened here in the past. Maybe if price comes back to this zone here, and then I'm going to start paying attention to it, or vice versa. If the price is going, maybe it's approaching around this level here, then I'm going to obviously start considering this price. But what I focus on a daily basis, let me just remove those so we're not distracted here. What I focus on is what's happening right now because I'm a day trader. I want to read the market for what it is right now, not for what it's going to be next week or next year or whatever the case may be. I'm looking precisely at what is the market doing right now. If we look here, we had an aggressive push to the downside, and then we had a kind of triple bottom, and what we saw after that was the market pushing up, breaking these levels here, and we came back to retest these levels. Now I do want to emphasize this, guys. We do want to look at these levels as zones, not just a straight line or anything like that, because you might wonder that, okay, the market came back to close below this level here, and then why are we still looking to buy, or why are we still characterizing this market as a bullish market? Well, this is because these are zones, and we always want to think of these areas as zones, right? You always want to follow the market and see what the market is doing. This is why trading price action is so amazing, because I get to see what is happening right now. I get to read what's happening in real time. It's very important for you guys to learn the candlesticks, but this is what I'm looking for on the DXY. I definitely expect the DXY to push until to that level there, especially since we just saw an aggressive bulls violating around these levels here. So I do expect DXY to be pushing up. So this is very important here. Whatever I expect the DXY to do, I expect these 3 to do the complete opposite. So seeing that the DXY is pushing up, then I am only looking to sell these 3 currencies, right? When I get into these currencies, I don't want to negotiate or anything. I'm already thinking I have to sell this. And as you can see, the market is pushing to the downside. So let's do the same here and analyze. So the first thing that we can see on Euro USD is that the market has been failing to break to the upside, right? And I just told you guys that I'm only interested in what's happening right now. And what's happening right now is that the market is falling, right? The market keeps making lower lows and lower highs, right? So since the market has already broken around this level here and we're pushing to the downside, this is in line to what the DXY is telling me, because the DXY is telling me that the dollar is getting stronger today, and it's going to get stronger until at least 102.300, right? So I have all this zone for the strength of the dollar today. This means more selling pressure to the downside, right? When I'm selling Euro USD, the zones that I'm going to be looking at are the zones where the market has struggled to break, at the levels where the market has reacted from before, like this zone here, right? So I'm going to be very careful to what the market does when it gets there. In terms of an entry, it's already late for me to enter this trade. I'm just going to wait for the next 4-hour candle and and then see if I can get an entry. But I'm definitely looking to sell Euro USD. Of course, I'm going to be paying attention to that zone there, but I'm going to see based on price action. I want to see what the market is going to do, especially on the lower time frame. So what's happening right now, I do expect the market to at least go back to retest that zone that it just broke there before we can see the market rally to the downside, right? We're probably gonna get something like this. Once the market break that zone there, probably gonna get some retest before we can push to the downside. But I'm definitely looking to sell Euro USD today. I will keep you guys updated as the day goes, but I'm definitely looking to sell this baby right here. And as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, if I'm selling Euro USD, then definitely I'm going to be selling GBP USD. And look at that, it's just a beautiful thing, man. Once you know your pairs, it's a beautiful thing, because remember, I already made my bias from the DXY. When I got into the DXY, so that the DXY is pushing to the upside, I already had my bias in my brain that okay, and then today I'm looking to sell. I'm going to be selling Euro USD, and as a result I'm going to be selling GBP USD. So I'm not going to get confused when I get to GBP and start looking for buys, because I know that my bias today is a sell. Today I'm only looking for sells, unless this market tells me otherwise, right? So as we can see, the market has been pushing to the downside, and if we look at this failure to break to the upside, it's such a beautiful sell biased market, right? The market is just pushing to the downside. We broke those levels there, and since we've been pushing to the downside now, again here in terms of an entry, I'm already late. I would expect the market to at least give me something like that before I can start selling the market back to, I'm going to be mindful of this zone here, right? So this is a pretty enough area for me to take a trade and still collect my profits. So my trade is going to look something like that, right? Stop loss above the structure and sell, and you know, I can easily get my 1 2 3 right there. But we'll see how that one goes. I will update you guys, but definitely, oops, didn't mean to cancel all of that. Okay, let's just cancel this. Definitely I'm looking to sell GBP USD, and as you guys know, if I'm looking to sell GBP USD, what am I looking to do on the New Zealand dollar USD? Sell New Zealand dollar USD. Okay, I know that these are not full abbreviations, but yeah, that's New Zealand dollar USD, GBP USD, Euro USD, and the DXY. So I'm looking to sell New Zealand dollar USD as well. And as you can see, the market has been pushing to the upside, and all of a sudden we can't push to the upside anymore. What is the market doing? Let's go back to 4 hours so you guys can understand, right? We've been pushing to the upside, as you can see. Let me cancel that. Right, so we've been pushing to the upside, and as you guys know, I'm only interested to what's happening right now, right? So we've got a push exhaust, push breaking above this zone here, retesting that zone, breaking, and now it's either we are back to retest so we can push to the upside. But once we break and close below this level here, then I'll be looking to sell New Zealand dollar USD as well back to this zone here. Well, I am looking to sell New Zealand dollar USD. It's just that for now, for me to sell, I need it to break and close below this zone here, come back to retest it, so then it can give me a trade back to the downside, right? Something like that. I'm going to be mindful of that level there, and my next level will be that one right there. Just keeping it simple here, guys, just trading pure market structure and pure price action. But this is what I'm looking for today on these pairs here. New Zealand dollar USD, I'm looking to sell New Zealand dollar USD. Okay, let me just go lower just to explain to you guys. Maybe it will help for you guys to see the market better if I do it like this. The market was pushing to the upside, right? And we came back to retest, got a strong bulls to the upside, but immediately they were cancelled with these sells here, letting us know that there's too much sellers sitting around that level there. Market tried to push up again, but then again it was cancelled, giving us some sort of a doji or hammer, or whatever you call these candlesticks, right? But then what's important is that since then we've been seeing the market reacting to the downside, and it's expected because the dollar is strong. So if the DXY is strong, then it makes sense for the New Zealand dollar USD to be weak, right? So I do expect the market to do something like that on New Zealand dollar USD, selling the market back to these levels. Yeah, this is enough area to take profit, to be honest with you. We don't want to be greedy here in the market. The trick is to get in, take what you can get, and get the fuck out. So I will update you guys as the day goes, but yeah, otherwise, man, just keep managing your risk properly. Traders, welcome back. It's still a Thursday, the 11th of May, and we're still continuing with our analysis here, traders. I would argue that the most important thing about trading is patience, because I ran this analysis with you today, guys, in the morning, and since then we haven't taken a trade. We are just waiting. If you remember, the last time we were talking, the market was around this level here, so we're still around this level here, this candle here. It was still in the morning, and since then not much has happened, right? But if you zoom in closer, if you look at that, let's just draw that. If you look at that, the market closed above this level here, right? It pushed, smashed through this level here, then we got a bit of a retest. This will be more visible when we go on a lower time frame. Look at that beautiful candle. So it's 8 minutes to 2 right now. We're about to be hit by load shedding, like our electricity is about to go. That's kind of a norm what happens right now here in South Africa. But anyway, I just want to update you guys before electricity leaves. Since we are getting that beautiful candle there, now I'm definitely convinced that DXY is pushing to the upside, right? So we're definitely gonna hit those levels there. Well, not definitely, but we are more likely to hit those levels there. So as you guys know, I do not trade DXY, but this really tells me a lot about my Euro USD. If you remember, in the morning we were still around this candle here, and we were talking about the market coming back to retest, so then we can push to the downside. Looking at the market, we didn't get that quite push to that level there, but remember, guys, I said we should always look at these places as zones. So we did kind of get a retest to that zone there, although it's not a nice tap. What will determine me taking a trade here is to see this candle at least close on something like that, right? Then I'll be more interested to take a trade. But other than that, I'm still waiting, because I really believe that there's still a huge room to the upside. I need the market to come back and retest exactly to at least fill this week here, you know, just retest, and then I can be comfortable to take a sell. But nonetheless, we're still waiting. No trades have been taken so far. That is Euro USD. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. Moving on to GBP USD, still the same thing. But the beautiful thing about the GBP USD, remember, we were expecting the market to break and retest, and that's exactly what we got there. We got a break and a beautiful retest. Look at that candle there. Look at the current candle. That's such a beautiful candle. The lower it pushes, the better for me, right? So once that candle closes like that, which will close at in 6 minutes from now, right? So if nothing changes, I'm just gonna wait for the second candle to push to the downside like that. So I'm just gonna wait for a candle to close bearish, because right now this still tells me that the bulls are still in the market, because look at all that aggression to the upside. Now granted, it is a week, which is what I wanted to see, but I still need a further confirmation. I need to see a red candle pushing to the downside, closing breaking and closing below this level there, then I can be able to execute a trade, you know, stop loss above structure, and then go for my targets as you may. But that is GBP USD. We are still waiting, guys. No trades have been taken. We're just being patient. We're just being systematic, because think about it, right? If you have taken a trade here, since we've spoken about this trade, if you have taken a sell, this week would have taken you out. This is why being patient in trading is really important. But that is GBP USD. We haven't taken a trade. Moving on to New Zealand dollar USD. As you guys remember, we're waiting for the market to break and retest. Now looks like we are getting a bit of action inside inside this level here, because this is still a sell structure. Look at the failure to close above, second failure to close above, and an aggression sells taking over, and then now we are just kind of seeing the market weakening to the upside. So I am not yet comfortable taking sells on this trade here until I see the market at least violating these levels here with a huge momentum. Like as we planned in the morning, I want the market to do me something like that. So I needed to leave that moment, that area there, and then come back to retest it, giving me some weeks like the week we got here. I need to see this week coming in here on the New Zealand dollar USD. So I need to see the market pushing to the downside, then week to the upside, to tell me that there's too much buyers in the markets, or that the sellers, I mean, there's too much sellers in the markets, or that the sellers are taking over, to then so that I can then sell the market to the downside, stop loss above structure, and then go for my targets. But it will be interesting to see what's going to happen here. It doesn't look like we're going to get a trade anytime today on any of these trades here. We're gonna see how the New York session ends, but these are such beautiful setups, especially the fact that we already have confirmation from the dollar that it is pushing to the upside, and then Euro USD, man, it really has no choice but to push to the downside, to be honest with you. And GBP USD, I mean, look at that. What a beautiful setup. Look at that. I mean, I might get a trade. I'm just gonna set my sell limit, to be honest with you, maybe around these levels there, because I really like this candle here. I like the current candle, and looking at the time, it's about to close. So that candle closing like that really assures me that there's a lot of sellers coming into the market. I just need to see one more red candle pushing to the downside, and then I can just jump into the trade, and then yeah, get it cracking like that. But otherwise, man, I'm still updating you on what's happening. So this is just kind of my day. To be honest with you, I really like the fact that I'm creating content as well, because this keeps me off making or taking stupid trades or making stupid mistakes when it comes to the markets, because it's not easy to be watching candles running up and down, especially when you are looking to take a trade, or even worse, when you're already in a trade. This can be really emotionally draining to see the market moving up and down while you are on a trade, or while you are still looking to take a trade. So patience is part of it, but content creation really keeps me away from making dumb decisions. To be looking at these charts on a daily basis the whole day, it's really such an emotionally draining experience. So anyway, it's 2 p.m. right now. Electricity is gonna go, so I'm just gonna stop this. Traders, we are back. It is the following day. We've been suffering from load shedding this side. Well, I don't know if it's load shedding, but we haven't had power for a long time. But this is an update. Today it's the 12th. If you remember, we were looking to take some trades, or some of you guys took some trades on some pairs here, but we'll go over that in a second. But today is the 12th of May, so it's a Friday. It's just the following day, man. And you know, some people don't trade Fridays. It just depends on who you are. But you know, I trade every day. As long as the markets are moving, then I am trading. But initially, when you remember yesterday, we were around this level here, and we were anticipating the dollar to be pushing to the upside, at least around to those levels there. And I'm gonna share a video. Well, this is an update of the previous video, so I'm gonna make it a one video, so it's gonna be easy for you guys to understand. But you guys know by now that I don't trade the DXY because it's too heavy for me. I'm still growing a small trading account. And this is what I advocate on this channel, man, because a lot of people let the fear of having a small account stop them from trading professionally, and I mean managing your risk properly. Because let's face it, with $100 account, it's not a lot of money, and if you want to make a living from that, you better be comfortable with making small gains on a daily basis, because that's what's gonna get you to that level. Anyway, I digress. Let's look at Euro USD. Yesterday we're looking to take sales on Euro USD. Well, I do want to say this, guys, depending on your strategy, you don't have to enter the exact same way I enter the markets, right? Because we were around this candle here and we were expecting a retest. As you can see this line here, let me just go lower so we can see. We're anticipating that retest. So after that retest, you can enter anywhere on this candle, right? So you can go lower to 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, however you want to trade your strategy, or you can wait for another retest to get that double top there. But what we are trading here, it's market structure, and as you can see, this thing is gearing to move to the downside. So today I do expect to see some beautiful sells going to the downside. So if you were not into if you didn't take this trade, then today can be your chance, man, to take this trade. It's still early, to be honest with you, still 20 to 11, so we are still to take some trades. But on Euro USD we are expecting something like that, but definitely it is shooting to the downside. Well, not definitely, but you know how it is. GBP USD, beautiful trade here. I don't know how many of you guys took this trade, but if you still remember yesterday, let's just go back to 4 hours. If you still remember yesterday, we were around this level here and we were just expecting the market to break so we can, you know, start selling the market. And however you trade, whether you trade on a break or you need to wait for that retest on a lower time frame, or you want to trade some double tops, or however you want to trade your strategy, right? The aim here, guys, is to trade market structure. And I'm still holding this trade. I haven't moved my stop loss to break even, and this is what I'm gonna do right now. I was just waiting to update you guys because I do want to do everything live. So I'm going to move my stop loss to break even on that one. And if you are on this trade, then there's no reason to still be holding all that, right? If the market comes back to kick you out, I mean, there's no reason to be still on this trade. So yeah, man, we'll see how that one goes. But New Zealand dollar USD, we were expecting to sell New Zealand dollar USD. I sold this one. I was wondering where's my sell. But yeah, what a beautiful trade. Also, we're just waiting for the market to break, retest, and then push to the downside. So however you want to trade the market, whether you want to trade the break of these lows here after that structure, or maybe you want to go for the double tops or triple tops, or however you want to trade, man, this was such a beautiful trade. Whether you wanted to wait for this break to the downside here, it was just a beautiful trade. But anyway, however you trade the market, this is market structure. I haven't hit take profit on this one. I can't remember what was my entry, but yeah, I know I am still running on this trade. I am gonna move my stop loss, not even to break even. I'm gonna take all these profits here. So I'm gonna move my stop loss to this trade here. And if you are like me, if you like trading your trades to the end, then just move your stop loss at least around this level. This is a reasonable place to place your stop loss, because then you have all this movement here protecting your stop loss. So that is it on New Zealand dollar USD. But anyway, man, that is just an update of the trades that we took or the trades that we are looking to take. But if you are not in any trade, there's a beautiful sell here on Euro USD. However you want to trade your strategy, and then you can just go ahead. Traders, we are back with the final update. It's a Saturday today, the 13th. I didn't get to give you an update yesterday late. because as usual we didn't have electricity. But if you guys remember, the last time we looked into the market, we were around this level here and we're anticipating this move to the upside. To be honest with you, I didn't expect the market to smash through that level like that, but you know, it is what it is. As you guys know, I do not trade the DXY, but I do trade the Euro USD, and what a beautiful trade there. We were around these levels here when we were looking at the market, and we were definitely expecting the market to shoot to the downside. GBP USD, same thing, man. What a beautiful trade. We're expecting the market to smash through this level here and continuing its way to the downside. And as you can see, what a beautiful trade. Moving on to New Zealand dollar USD, what a beautiful trade. You know what, there's nothing else to tell you, man, but this is just what I do when I get into the market on a daily basis. I just look at my candles, read the structure, read the behavior, and just make a decision from there. And ever since I started this way of trading, my trading has really improved, guys. But this is my journey, man, to $100,000. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and stick around.